I'm Eliza, 23 years old. I'm born in Indonesia, but I grew up mostly in my time for more than 10 years right now in Singapore. When I was remembering how I was before I knew Christ, that I know that I'm an arrogant person, unfriendly, materialistic, hot-tempered, proud, and money is like everything for me. I was from a Buddhist family, and myself and my family received Christ when I was 4 years old. And those times I had sickness almost every day, like a fever and cough. And my mom had been taking care of me while my dad went to sailing. And he only come back twice a year or sometimes once a year. And my mom's friend brought us to the church, and my mom told them exactly about my condition. And they prayed, and in the end God freed me with that sickness completely, and I got healed. My mom testified that she saw that, and she told my dad. That's how our whole family was saved. But in those times until I was 19 years old, I didn't really be Christian such in serious way, like a relationship with God. But I remember that I had an encounter with God supernaturally in 21 August 2009, where I remember when I was I remember correctly when I was praying with a group of people from different nationality, and one of my friends placed her hand on my back, and in that moment I felt electricity from the top of my head all the way to the bottom of my toe. And I start to shake, and in my belly I felt something moving. And I cried for the first time in my whole Christian life. And after that happened, my life changed totally. Somehow I felt God create me again to the new creation. And from that moment I start to have serious relationship with God. I decided to give everything to God. I decided to give my life to Him, and I even give Him a permission that He can have the authority to control my life. Currently I'm serving in Mexico. Before God called me, I thought that God would send me to United States or India. But when I start looking at the Mexico map, my heart pounding so fast. And I was like, Lord, is this really from you? If it is from you, please prove to me more than 3 times. And He did exactly what I have asked. When I arrived in Mexico, I experienced a culture shock, many culture shocks with the food and with the people. And I remember that I had to go back to Singapore on 11 November 2011. And I was praying and asked God for 3 times, and He responded the same answer, saying it is not my time to go back to Singapore. And one day when I was attending one of the church service on Sunday, which is on Sunday morning, I saw them worshiping God with hungry and thirsty for Him. And when I looked at them, I heard a voice speaking in my heart, saying that, Eliza, do you see those people? They are so hungry for me. And don't leave, because they need your encouragement and they love you. And I want you to be here to become an example, being a different to them. And when I heard that, I cried more because I know that it is from God. Why do I want to serve God? It is because of what He has done on the cross for me. He carried all my sins away, even though He is not wrong, and His name is Jesus. And I cannot repay Him of what I'm doing right now in Mexico, but at least I can live by pleasing Him. And the most important thing is to obey His calling, His purpose. And I want to obey the Lord, because that's the most important thing that I have to do just to please Him, just to do what He wants me to do, to go where He wants me to go, to say what He wants me to say. And I'm very glad, and I have so much joy just being in Mexico and being God's will, because I know if I'm in on my will, I will destroy my own life. But if I'm in God's will, I feel safe, because over there, that's where I have more encounter with God supernaturally under His power and His glory.